I'm back! Hello and welcome, I am Triple Helix, and this is Papers, Please, the first of 4 games I will be reviewing over the course of the next 4 days. So, without further ado, let us begin. We'll just dive right into the story, because why not? I have deleted my save file because I want to spoil as little of this game as humanly possible. Congratulations! The October Labor Lottery is complete. Your name was pulled. For immediate placement, report to the Ministry of Admission at Creston Border Checkpoint. Alright, didn't seem too hard. An apartment will be provided for you and your family in East Creston. Expect a Class 8 dwelling. Accept a Class 8 dwelling. No Class 8 dwellings here. Glory to Arstotzka, forget it. I'm not gonna bother. There's no reason. Families to reunite. Creston Border Checkpoint open to the last. Okay, I'm gonna walk to work. So, this is a fantastic little indie puzzle-ish sort of thing. It's like, oh, how do I describe this? It's hard to describe. Think about sort of... The best way to sum it up is just to play it. There's no good way I can sum it up. Basically, what you have to do is you're allowing people into the city, and you have a certain amount of rules you have to follow each day, and you have to accept or deny them. And you have to make sure that everything is all good. You know, the date has to be proper, and they have to follow the certain rules. In this case, it says, Inspector, welcome to your new position at the Creston Border Checkpoint. Stamp passport, entry visa, and return documents to entrant. Entry is restricted to Arstotzkan citizens only. Deny all foreigners. So that means that if there is anybody who does not have an Arstotzkan passport, we should not let them in. And you can basically get to it from this book. And I like to just have this book because it makes it easier, because then I can look at it. And I may go a little bit quiet when it starts, but hopefully I won't. And I will detail my opinions in just a second. So, only this type of password. This is the only type of password that works. It must be from it also has to be from these issuing cities. It has to be in date, and it has to be all of the correct information. So, without further ado, let us begin. Next, come on, move on. Oh, and by the way, you're trying to feed your family, keep them all clothed and warm, and all that while simultaneously, and you have to make money you get money by approving a certain number of people or getting enough people. There it is not. Yep, that's right. It is in date. So, boop. There you go. And move along. And you have a certain number of you have a certain amount of time each day, and as you can see, this clock goes very quickly. You have to get in as many people as you can before 6 o'clock at night. And anybody accepted after 6, this is not right. It is not from Arstotzka. Get out. But you have to serve a certain number of people by 6 o'clock, and anybody served after 6 o'clock, you will not get. It's not right. Wrong city. Boop, you're done. Anybody served after 6 o'clock will not be... It will not count. So, you have to get as many people as you can in before 6 o'clock. Papers, please. This is not even remotely from the right city, so you can go away. Goodbye. So, in terms of my opinions on this game, I quite enjoy it. It actually, surprisingly enough, tells a pretty interesting story, and I believe from what I've heard it has multiple endings. Like there, that's a little bit of the story right there. And just so you know, this isn't going to contain too many spoilers because it is from the very beginning of the game. And on top of that, this is... that's in date. No, oh, no, that's not in date. That is not in date. Maybe I was wrong. It may have been in date. I'd feel... What? Applicant... Oh. Alright, that's what happens when you do it wrong. I could have sworn that was out of date. Apparently, I just can't read. 2/18/1984. Yes, that is in... Oh, it was 1983. Whoops, that was what it was. Oh, but this is from the wrong city, so you can get out. So, it has a compelling story. I believe it said it had multiple endings, which was kind of interesting. And I'm not really sure how it plays in. I think it's just depending on who you let into the place or not. And the story is definitely interesting. There are some pretty cool story bits that will come up. But I will only be playing the first 2 levels, so I spoil nothing for you. Also, for those of you who played the beta of this, which was totally free a while ago, these are the levels that were shown off. And now that this has a full release on Steam, I am happy to be covering it. So, the story is very interesting. I love the sort of puzzly elements of it, which get way more, like, in-depth, because soon you have to start, like, accepting people with passports, and there's going to be, like, they have to have entry tickets and all that, which can get really tense and cool, and it can be a lot of fun. Like, there tends to be a lot of stuff you have to look out for, and it can, you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking where it's like, oh no, because if you fail, like if you get enough of these tickets, I think it's 3. If you misdo 3 people, or if you mess up with 3 people, you are unable to allow them, you will get fined and you lose more money. And you need to make a certain amount of money because you have to feed your family. Oh, wow. You're not going to be doing this because you are not an Arstotzkan. Please get out. And that is the end of day 1. Let us see how well we did. I got 12 people in, so that's pretty good. Let me see. Alright, well, I made a profit because in my savings, as you can see, every day you have to pay for rent, food, and heat. And in my savings, I had 30, and I got 55 for getting 11 people right. So I actually made $5 today. Hooray. So I guess there's nothing else I can do but sleep. I could also take these off to keep money, but there's no reason to because I still have plenty of money. It definitely does get a lot harder. So what else is there to detail? It's sort of, the thing I like about this is the puzzle element of it, where it's sort of like you have to, I'm just going to skip this and use the book instead because it's easier. Where it can be like becomes a lot more rules that fill pretty much all of this book up, where like, there's like entry tickets that people need. They have to have a certain passport. They have to have a work permit if they're here for work. You have to pay attention to what people say, and you can read this audio thing right here to make sure to see this audio transcript to make sure that people aren't lying to you. And it can get really cool. Also, there's the introduction of this button right here, where if somebody tells you something that does not match one of these rules, or maybe their thing is from the wrong issuing city or something like that, then you can do this and question them, which is kind of cool. Sort of Phoenix Wright-y, but in a much faster pace, because you have to get them all done in a certain amount of time. So I guess we'll start the second day here. Let's open this up so that way they can just come right in and get served. Okay, what papers, please? This from here. Whoops, I should probably flip to the thing. It's a purple. That it was this. Yurko, what's question? All right, it is in date. Yes, it is, and you are good. Congratulations, you are admitted into this country. Please cause no trouble. It would definitely be trouble if you caused trouble, because that would mean I'd lose money. Papers, please. Okay, this looks interesting, but okay. It is in no. That is not in date. I swear that is not in date. That is not in date. Oh, I can do this. Highlight discrepancy. And interrogate them. You cannot enter using an expired document. Your document is expired. You are denied. Get out. Bye-bye. Simple enough. And I really like this because it's sort of cool to try and, like, figure out what people are lying about to make sure they're not lying. And it gets really hectic when you have a lot of rules that you have to follow and you have to do it in a certain amount of time. Okay, autographs. And that is the, which one? That one. Yeah, this is where I start to get really bad at it. Is that one? Yeah, it's that one. Because I have to like constantly check to make sure in the right thing. Everything seems good. You are approved. Please don't please don't tell me I did something wrong. I'm doing way worse today. Oh, I did do something wrong. What was it? Invalid issuing city? Did it say autograph? Huh? It said autographs. Getting a bus soon. Orvik Vonner. Yeah, that's right. Everything appears to be right there. Female. That's correct. It's in date. Yep, that looks good. Because I believe, you know what, just forget it. I'm just going to go with my gut. It was Orvik Vonner, so let's just get this out of here. It's in my way. We'll get this out of here too, because that's kind of useless. Papers, please. This is Orbistan. That is right. They switched it around from the beta, which I played, so I can't remember where everything is. That is in date. That looks like you, female. Probably correct. Date of birth, 1948. Yep, you're good. You are approved. Congratulations. Get in the country. And we will serve the next person. The art style of this game is also pretty interesting. I like the pixel art sort of things, and as you continue to work through the game, you get more advanced equipment. Like you can get scanners, you can get tech for guns and bombs and stuff, which is pretty cool. It adds like a layer of depth, which I really like. Oh wait, Orvik Vonner, that's right. It's in date, all that stuff. You're good. She gave me a card. The pink vice. Get all your no thank you. Like I said, there's a bit of a story to this game, and I really find the story really engaged. Like, this game is really worth $10. I don't know if the beta is still available because I am not a proper journalist in any sense of the imagination, so I didn't actually bother to check or ask. What's going on? Oh no. What's he doing? He's been killed. Oh, and he's been killed too. Well. The day was cut short by a terrorist attack. And there goes all of my money. So, I guess on the note of terrorism, I'll end it. But, to sum up what I said, the story in this game is pretty interesting. I really like the elements of puzzle to it, and the hectic elements of puzzle. So it's not just like, alright, let me think for like 5 hours, and let me figure this out. It's really fast-paced, and you can immediately just be like, alright, is this right, is this right, is this right? Alright, passport, next. You have to, like, concern yourself with a lot of stuff. The rules get much more hectic later on, and I highly recommend this game. For $10, it is more than worth it. I believe there are multiple endings. There's an endless mode where basically it's just randomized throughout the day so that you can, like, just constantly test your skills and see how good you are at actually catching discrepancies in what they have and making sure they're right, which I have spent a little bit of time with, but not a whole ton. Anyways, recommended, highly. And if the beta is still around, you can just check that out if you don't know whether or not you want to buy this game. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. There is no longer a contest going on. Sorry about that for anybody who was interested in joining, but that is over now. Watch my update thing for all of that. And I guess until next time, this is Triple Helix, signing off.